Denny Blanco, Randy Cruz here for a new edition of It's in the Game here on the Cruise Control Podcast Network, also in collaboration with Ball is Life. Denny Blanco, my man, how you doing?
Like we always do. At this time. We're about to get active. It's been a very, very active couple of days, and I'm excited to talk to you and talk to the peoples and see what's the vibes.
I hear that. You can find Denny Blanco on both IG and Twitter at Sir Denny Blanco. Find me at Randy J. Cruz, Rendy, the letter JCRUZ. Fan of the podcast, go download it on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, also on YouTube.com/Cruise Control Podcast, also
please
on ballislife.com. So Denny Blanco, you're the Net fan, I'm the Knicks fan. So the Knicks made a trade yesterday. So we're going to talk about that. Cam Reddish going to the Knicks from the Atlanta Hawks. Kevin Knox in a protected first-round pick goes to Atlanta. So now, I'm chilling. I'm home, and I'm scrolling through Twitter, and I get a notification from my guy, Ian Begley. And I kid you not, it just said, also included in the deal was whatever the wording was. And I said, all right, what deal are you talking about, bro? Like, and I go click on, and I said, oh, shit. Like, I was hearing about Cam Reddish, potential interest, Knicks, Atlanta. I didn't think it was going to happen. Then I kept reading through, and I'm like, wow, the Knicks actually made a really good trade. Like, most times the Knicks do get fleeced on a couple of trades, but last year around this time they made that deal for Derrick Rose, and all we gave up was Dennis Smith Jr., which is a great trade for us, and D Rose has been very valuable to this team. And now you get this deal for Cam Reddish going to New York, and I'm like, that's a pretty good fucking deal.
Cam Reddish, the Killer Cam from Duke. Same Killer Cam that played with R.J. Barrett and, of course, Zion Williamson. The Knicks, yes, you're 100% right. I wanted to touch base on a couple of things. Number one, your Knicks usually get fleeced, man. Yeah, that's usually what it boils down to. So when I saw the trade,
usually.
So when I saw the trade, I said, there's a new regime in here. They making moves on the low, and they're making the right moves, picking the right player, young, active, getting better, and they didn't have to give up too much for him. Do you see how the business works, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, when you have a competent organization? Now, if this was going on maybe a year, 2 years ago, maybe I still would be a Knicks fan. Maybe I would be a Knicks fan. But, I jumped ship. I was just tired of the management. Now the management looks like it's doing a great job. Shout out to you. Shout out to, is it Leon Rose?
Leon Rose.
The Leon Rose. Well, it smells like roses, baby. It smells like roses, baby.
And Worldwide West, so, but I do agree. It's like, every time we are looking to make a trade or sign a free agent or, get the right GM or coach, we haven't been that laughing stock that we were once back in the day. Like, any move we made, people just kind of shitted on it or made fun of it, whatever. Now it's like, okay, now you're getting a 22-year-old player in Cam Reddish. Obviously, the ties with R.J. Barrett and Duke. They obviously know each other's game like that. And you're getting a guy who can not only score and do offensively good, but plays defense. And that's what Tibbs has been, wanting his players to do since he became a coach of the Knicks. So a guy like Kevin Knox who can shoot and make threes, but maybe he just wasn't that good on defense. So that's why he probably never played the amount of minutes that he wanted to play. So a guy like Cam coming into this system, we all see, the ins and outs of what Fournier can and cannot do. Cam becomes the backup to Fournier. You never know. Fournier might be.
Does he start? Should he start right now? Answer me. Don't think. Just off the top. Should he start?
I don't think he starts right away.
Well, you say you don't think. Should he start?
You asked
yes
me, does he? You asked, does he start? I said, not right now.
Why should he not start?
Because I think Tibbs doesn't want to mess up what he has going on. You can't just listen. If you were telling me, yo, I got Trae Young in a trade, Trae Young is starting. You know what I'm saying? Like let's ease Cam Reddish in.
Why? If you're not going to ease in Trae, why do you have to ease in Cam? Again, Evan Fournier.
Because Trae Young's a two-time All-Star and the backbone of the Atlanta Hawks.
I feel you. You brought up Trae. I ain't brought you. What I'm saying is, Evan Fournier. I want to see Cam with that starting lineup versus Evan Fournier in that starting lineup. So when you say should he start, you're already. The Knicks are 21-21, 500. They're 11th seed behind the Raptors.
And they're in the same spot from last year. So
all
it's
right,
like,
you know what? You're right. This is what we've grown accustomed to.
Because as a Knicks fan, you can say, yo, am I disappointed that we thought we got better getting Kimba and Fournier, and now we're in the same spot from last year.
On paper, y'all should have been better.
And obviously, it's different and everything. So
gotta play.
I think Cam will eventually start. We're gonna see how Fournier does, knowing that. Listen, all right, they got a backup too for me. If I'm playing like shit, I'm gonna go to the bench, or they're gonna get me out of here too.
I don't know about that because Tibbs ain't quick with the hook. You know what I mean? Like he was. Evan played games where he scored 0 points in 28 minutes. That's entirely too long for you to be in a game. 28 minutes? Nah, if you're not scoring points in 14 or less, you sit next to me, right here. Sit next to me, drink some Gatorade. Let Obi go in. Let your boy Grimes go in. Come on, man. Tibbs better stop playing games. These guys need minutes. That's what they need. Yeah, you can practice all you want.
And listen, the funny thing is, Atlanta was asking for Grimes.
Is that right?
They wanted Grimes, and somehow the Knicks stood firm and was like, no. And then somehow they still ended up with Cam Reddish. Now I think. Listen, you know what? I think this trade is going to be good for both Cam and Kevin Knox. I think Kevin Knox needed a new change of scenery. Both of them. Cam is going to get way more playing time here. Kevin Knox, hopefully, more playing time in Atlanta.
We shall see.
The potential was there because, listen, 22, a guy that can score.
6'8",
6'8", plays defense, a great in the whole pick and roll system. And it's like you put him with RJ Barrett. And listen, I know what the story is. We got two of them so far. We need that third. We need that third guy. That third guy is chilling.
What third guy?
They want that third guy who's just chilling in New Orleans.
Who, Fatty?
They want. Listen.
Who? Stay Puft?
If you're gonna sit there and tell me the Knicks don't want Zion at some point in time, then we're having a different conversation.
I don't know.
Zion will lose all that weight,
get
in shape, and get traded to New York.
I don't know about that.
I'm not saying that. I think Zion has 2 more years on the contract with New Orleans. I don't think he'll be this kind of player now. But by the time 2 years comes down the road, but I think at some point in time we can all dream, we can all hope, but you cannot tell me that Zion does not have the desire to play in New York. He sees RJ there already. Now they got Cam, and he's like, man.
You should be worried about.
What about me?
Not Zion. You, Randy, Knicks. You guys should not be worried about Zion. You should stay the hell away from Zion. Stay as far away from him as possible.
You want to stay away from Zion?
You guys don't know what kind of health he's in. You guys don't know what was going on with the knees. Be honest. Let's be honest, Randy. Do organizations share medical information? Obviously, it's illegal, right? Because it's personal information, medical information, right? So if we've all seen players go from, so for example, I'll give you a perfect example. Amara Stoudemire from Phoenix to the Knicks. There had to be some contingency because they didn't believe in his needs. So they had to write, correct me if I'm wrong, right? They had to write something in the contract because of his needs. So, hey, you don't know what you're getting over there in New Orleans. They know, though. And for whatever reason, he's not playing. Now, That concerns me, and it should concern you, Knicks fan.
No, but I'm saying I'm not saying they're gonna try to get Zion next month. I'm saying that they still got 2 years down the road. We'll see what happens. Listen, we'll see what happens.
We'll see.
But
we'll see.
I just hope that you are not saying that because you're a Net fan and that you don't want to see our Knicks get that third guy. You know what? At some point in time, the Knicks are gonna go above.
No. We need y'all loaded. We need y'all loaded for the fervor.
And that'll be dope.
We need y'all loaded for the fervor. We need y'all loaded for the back and forth, the who's better. We need y'all loaded. But we got two MVP. We got two former MVPs over here. So
now my thing is how they will get Zion is a different conversation. I don't know, but I think for the time being, the team that we have now, I think they realize that obviously, with the COVID and D Rose has been out, Kimba's been out. This might not be the only move that they make. It could be more moves coming.
I'm sure they got February 10th, correct? February 10th trade deadline.
Something like that. Like Fournier, listen, you gotta watch out.
Fournier, I mean, whoever wants Fournier, please take him off the Knicks' hands. He only plays good against Boston.
And we can't get Dame. Dame just had surgery, so he's out for, hope he recovers soon and stuff like that. Ben Simmons is still on the block. We don't know what's going on with him. Not saying he's coming to New York, but he's a guy that people are going to want to, get on their roster.
They're going to trade Ben at February 9th. They're going to hold him all the way through and then trade him to New Orleans or something like that. That's what happened. They're not going to send him to a contender. Why would you want to do that? Why would I, if I'm Daryl Morey? Daryl Morey sitting across from Rich Paul having a meeting. It's an update meeting. You know what the update is? Nothing's changed. Ben Simmons still hates you, hates Joel Embiid, hates Doc Rivers. Your move.
And he hates Philly.
And hates Philly. Your move. Come on, man. That boy ain't going nowhere till February 9th.
Listen,
Daryl Morey's going to just hold for it. He's going to look at his hand. He's going to be like, I'm waiting for my hand to get a little bit better before I put all my chips in and then make the trade.
Bro, we are in January. No Zion. No Ben Simmons.
Hey, man.
We finally got Kyrie back a few weeks ago. So
that's
great. Hey, part-time Kyrie is better than no Kyrie. And the fact that now that whole thing about would they pay a fine every time he has to play in Brooklyn being unvaxxed. Would you do that? You're the Net fan.
Come on, yo. There's a lot of nonsense. Listen. It's a lot of if you've been paying attention in sports in general. Did I go in and out? Is my audio still good? There you go. I didn't hear you for a little bit. You hear me?
You good?
Okay. If you're paying attention to sports, Aaron Rodgers had a little situation with COVID, back and forth. Did he tell the truth? Did he not tell the truth? Then you got Djokovic, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Novak.
Am I saying it right? What's his first name?
Novak.
So we'll talk about
Novak Djokovic.
Thank you. You know I'm terrible with names. Novak. So Novak. Yeah, Novak seemed like he's just lying and doing whatever he wants. So at this point, we already know what it is. Kyrie's not hiding anything. He's not lying. We know what it is. So if my man, shout out to Mr. Sai, shout out to the owner of the Nets. You know, me and him go way back. Yeah, I mean,
go way back. Go way back.
$1,000. That's the max fine. $1,000. Yo, it's pennies, but it's pennies, man. It's pennies.
No, I think it's a warning the first time, $1,000 the second time, then $2, then $3, then $5. $5 is the max. Every time after that is $5.
How much revenue does the Nets make at a home game? I bet you it's more than
They make a lot.
$5,000.
Of course.
Huh?
But that's what I'm saying. They can afford it. Obviously, you're an NBA team. You can afford it. My thing is, would you do that knowing that one? You already said, I'm not bringing Kyrie back.
No.
Then you bring him back.
I'll bring.
Now
him.
it's like
Things have changed.
He ain't playing in Brooklyn. You know what? Better yet, you know what? I got all this bread. If they say that's an option, because that's the first time I've heard of that option.
Yo, me too. All of a sudden, right? But no, you know what? I'm lying. Shout out to Jay Williams on ESPN. Couple months back, he said he dropped a little. You know what I mean? He dropped it out there, and I picked it up.
Little gem.
He dropped a little something, but a lot of people caught it because it was just out there. He was just like, "Don't be surprised if, we have a new mayor coming in, Mayor Adams, Cy and them getting together. Don't be surprised if Kyrie gets to play later on in Brooklyn, and he's not vaccinated." He said that months ago, and I was like, "Well, why?" And at the time, they never mentioned. I mean, of course, the fines were there, but it wasn't even a thought process like, "Oh, we could just pay the fine and that's it." So now there's a thought process like, "Oh, well, I guess we can pay the fine." Yeah, if I'm the Nets. Because other sports, clearly, the NFL is not stopping Aaron Rodgers from doing what he's doing. Sidebar: Antonio Brown lied. They said Mike Evans lied. They said about COVID cards. If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, Randy.
Yeah, vaccine card.
Okay, it's just a lot of nonsense going on, and these major corporations for sports aren't really showing that they care. So you might as well just, generate all the money you can with Kyrie being able to play at home. Why not? And then, of course, he can play on the road. No one's going to be checking for coves out there.
So real quick, a few things more on Cam going to New York. Obviously, this does make the team better. Yes or no?
Makes the team very better. I want to see him with the unit to see how the defense works. He seemed like he's long, athletic, so obviously adding him to RJ and Randall could be. I mean, could you imagine starting lineup of quickly RJ, Cam Reddish, Randall, and Mitchell Robinson? I like that a lot. It's sexy.
And then off the bench, you still got Grimes. You still got Obi.
D Rose coming off the bench.
D Rose.
Talk to me. Talk to me, Randy.
I mean, Kimba.
Talk to me. Wait. Let's back up. Who told you to start quickly?
What, you did?
Oh, you didn't sound convinced when you said that. You sounded as if you didn't hear me say continuously on these shows. Shout out to everyone listening on Spotify, on YouTube. Shout out to everybody. Please subscribe. We appreciate y'all. We're taking it to the next level. We are the Jedi Warriors, masters of analysts, just all sports. We here to cover it. But, bro, come on. Did I not tell you to start quickly?
And I still think they're reluctant to start him because I think he just works well with the second unit. Listen, I'm not saying he won't at some particular point in time, but if he works well with that second unit, I guess they don't want to fuck it up until they have no choice but to change it up.
Let me tell you something. Again, put him in the starting five. What does it do, Dennis? Well, Denny, what does it do by putting quickly in the starting five? Well, I'll tell you what it does. Obviously, I think, for me anyway, he's a more dangerous three-point shooter than D Rose. And D Rose coming off just right now. Obviously, Kemba, you could say Kemba's a better shooter. I don't know. When I defensively see guys switch and they see quickly open, it's a different kind of feel defensively on the switch than when they see Kemba and when they see D Rose behind the 3-point line. So that means he can obviously stretch the floor. You got to pay attention to him. Then he's starting to learn how to create in the pick and roll. You obviously see chemistry with Mitchell Robinson on the lob. Then he comes off the pick and roll. He does his floater. And then obviously he gets other guys involved. So you have him. Then you bring in RJ. You bring in Cam. Then you bring in Randall. Then Mitchell just grabs, rebounds, set screens, and block shots. I like that. Athletic, long, tall, can defend at every position. That's important as well. You're not just going to wake up and be like, today's an off day. We're playing the Knicks. No. Every position will be able to defend, and that's key. If you're trying to beat these guys, you're trying to beat these guys.
And like right now, they're like 11th in the Eastern Conference. So
21-21.
21-21.
21-21.
Number 11. Do you feel when it's all said and done that the Knicks will be in the playoffs as a top 10 team? Like, does this trade make them into that? I'm not saying top 1, 2, 3, but it kind of puts them in that realm of like, all right, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe number 6, because obviously it's Cleveland, Charlotte. We know Boston, Miami, Philly, Milwaukee, Chicago, Brooklyn. I think I said Cavaliers.
Yeah, they're trying to. You did say Cavaliers. They're trying to
Miami, Boston. Yeah.
Yeah. Listen. They're trying to get past the Celtics, Wizards, and Raptors and Hornets. All right.
I forgot about them too.
Yes. So about Celtics, Wizards, Raptors, and Hornets. I mean, the Raptors are 8th, the Hornets are 7th, Wizards are 9th, Celtics are 10. Do I think this Cam trade makes them better than the Wizards? Yes. Sure. Do I think it makes
even though Kyle Kuzma has been going crazy.
Kyle Kuzma has been cooking, no question. I ain't gonna deny that.
Yep.
But you know what?
Just say it, man. Just say it. The Knicks are a playoff team. Just say it. They're a playoff team.
They are. They are not.
Just say it, bro.
No, they're not. They're not a playoff team.
That's that Brooklyn net hate right there. It's all good. It's all good.
Wait. If you can help me out. These Knicks teams are better than Celtics. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum.
I mean, have they been playing well this year?
Keep it pushing. The Wizards. Right. We already know. The Knicks better than Wizards? You just said Kyle Kuzma, Beal,
they could be even. They could be even.
They better than the Raptors right now? Shout out to your boy, Van Fleet.
Been balling too. Absolutely.
Been balling. Okay. Who they got on the Raptors? Who?
Van Fleet, Siakam.
Who they got on the Raptors? Who do they have on the Raptors? That they're better. They're the 8th seed. Who's on there besides Van Fleet? And you said Siakam, who's doing nothing.
And then the rookie, I'm drawing a blank.
OG's been out, I think, because of injury.
Anawabi, yeah, and the
He's
rookie
been out. So I don't understand how they're 20-18, and you're talking about the Knicks not being better than them. Man, listen. And then you have the Hornets. Knicks better than Hornets?
Hey man, depends what day it is. Depends what day it is.
I'm talking about better. Do I picture them beating these guys in a 7-game series, 5-game series? Because that's when you know that's the best team. Whoever wins the 7-game series. I don't see them beating none of those 4 in a 7-game series.
Scotty Barnes, that's the guy. Scotty Barnes, Siakam, Van Fleet. That's the main thing.
So you're trying to tell me, Van Fleet lost Kawhi Leonard, lost Kyle Lowry, became the leader of the team. At no other All-Star on the team. Picked up Scotty Barnes, who's what, a rookie?
Yeah.
Scotty Barnes is a rookie. And other role players. And they're 8th in the East. What the hell's wrong with the Knicks?
Well, it's a lot.
Take your time.
It's a lot.
Summarize.
We've had injuries.
Summarize.
We've been COVID tested. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of it goes to last year where people feel like it was just like an outlier of our season. Like now, people are prepared for what we have. Like we're not the most talented right now on paper, but I think when shit gets going, He's gonna pick up. Last year it picked up. Last year it picked up.
Randy, check this out. Shout out to everyone listening and watching. You guys, listen to me. Listen to me very, very well. When you do well during a year previous, and you come back, well, my coach used to say, we have the same offense. We got to add little twinkles in there, little changes in there. Coach Tibbs becomes predictable. We got to start talking about coaching. Not so much players, because true or false, if you're a coach, you could put a player in a position to be terrible, correct? So vice versa, you could put a player in a position to do well. And
it comes down to rotation. It comes down to, like, every Knicks fan is upset the fact that Obi Toppin gets 10 minutes a game.
Speak on it. This is what I'm talking about. So a lot of people talking about Knicks, Randall, get rid of Randall. Oh, he's talking about the booing. Yeah, he's upset because he's the one playing every single game, giving it his all, and he's getting beat up and hammered. And he's trying his best. He's giving 1,000%, and he's getting booed. Now, mind you, is he getting 1,000% from every other player on the Knicks team? No.
Yeah, but you got to admit, he's not Randall from last year either, bro. He's not.
Once again.
I'm not saying he got terrible. He just not that all-star that we saw last year.
Once again, Coach Tibbs got to put that man into position so he's most valuable at what he was doing last year. And then add on to the fact that his rotations have me off. Quickly should have been playing way more minutes. Obi Toppin should have been playing way more minutes. Grimes should be playing way more minutes. And I'm talking about you give it up. Mind you, you're giving up leads to see if if Evan Fournier gets out of a slump. You're giving up leads that they can't maintain. So you're talking about 15, 20-point leads. Hey, they go up 10, timeout. Grimes, get in there. That's it. You don't go up 15, 20. By that time, Grimes get in. He's pressing because they're down. He's pressing already. Him quickly. That's every time I've seen them early on the season. They've come in. The team's already down 15, 20 points already. So Quickly's in there trying to create something, bring them back. There have been games they brought them back. But guess what? They ran out of energy. You feel me? So Coach Tibbs has to do, I think Coach Tibbs has to do, no different than Steve Nash. I thought Steve Nash a couple of games ago, I'm like, yo, your rotation sucks, bro. Your rotation,
yeah, because he wants to play Durant 40, 45 minutes again. I know Katie don't care, but that's too much, man. You
going, boom, you losing. I think you're losing. Was it the Lakers or they were playing one game? I forget. Just recently, maybe 2 weeks back, they were losing. He puts in Bembry, right? With the B.
Bembry, yeah.
Yeah, Bembry. He puts in Bembry, changes the whole entire game because he's actually big, strong, can defend, and can rebound. They was going small, and he put in Bembry, and all of a sudden, I'm like, yo, why is Bembry not starting? Hello, you need him to help James out because James is off and on with the D. So you need Bembry there to help him out. You got Bembry, you got Brown, okay, on the perimeter. Then you may have KD to help him out. Goes back to my original point, which is, hey, you have a lot of things that Knicks fans can talk about, but I think the rotation has to be looked at some more because it hasn't been up to par. And Coach Tibbs has been getting away. I haven't heard too much talk about Coach Tibbs. All I hear is players. But it's the coaching too as well.
Right. And for the record, I do want to point out RJ Barrett has been having a better season. I think the last couple games, 5 to 10 games, been getting 20+ points a game. And that's the kind of RJ Barrett
that's what we expected.
We saw the potential of what he can be in New York. And, everybody looks at Randall as being the go-to guy, option A. But if RJ Barrett keeps this up, not only for this year, but years to come,
hey, man.
He's that guy.
Hey, man.
He's got to be consistent with it. Then he can be that guy.
Yeah, he has to be consistent. For me, I think it's practice. I think it's repetition. I think it's he's also very strong-willed. He's like, he's always focused on trying to get better. So the sky's the limit for him. And adding Cam there is going to just add to his energy. There's There's nothing like playing with people you love.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing like it.
Pretty much. And in 2 years' time, they will get Zion, and you form this new big three, or this reunion, not big three, but a reunion of Duke. Listen, if Zion is not a Knick, then he must really love New Orleans, or they must be in some title contention. And I know you're doing all that, you're getting upset, but because you know what's gonna happen, you know what's coming. Zion is gonna wear the orange and blue.
Jesus Christ.
He's coming to New York. However it happens, free agency, trade, Zion, and RJ and Cam will all reunite in New York. 2 years.
You know you said that about LeBron, right?
But LeBron ain't play with nobody in New York. I'm talking about reunion, man.
You said Zion coming to New York. You said that about LeBron. You said that about Kyrie. You said that about KD.
That's right.
You said that about James Harden. Stop.
But
Stop.
This is it. This is it. This is it.
I'm trying
the handwriting is on the wall. Zion can't
he can't
even stop smiling in a post-game press conference when he mentions about the Knicks or the Garden. He loves New York.
That's great. I love the Rucker Park too. The bottom line is, you have to lower your expectations, big bro. He's not coming.
But what if he don't want to be there?
What if
we're halfway there in New Orleans? You don't want to be there. We're halfway there.
All right. Well, you want to take Oliver Miller, Zion Williamson. Right.
There's a difference of Zion playing, being an all-star, playing every game. The New Orleans is winning.
Right,
and then I'm like, damn, how can I get Zion? He must love playing New Orleans.
Don't you want to see what he looks like prior to him coming over?
I said that's what I'm saying. 2 years, bro. Not next week.
2 years, you want it, but listen, hey,
it's the contract. I can't get him.
You know what's interesting, Randy? You mentioned contracts like that means something, right? I mean, didn't James Harden have a contract?
All right, a year.
Does Ben Simmons have? Ben Simmons has a 4-year contract, and he's saying I'm not playing with the Sixers, bro.
And
what's the contract?
Ben must sit out all 4 years.
What's a contract?
Listen, anybody can be traded. I understand that. I saw Joe Johnson with the biggest contract I ever seen. And I'm like, damn, ain't nobody trading for Joe Johnson. Look what happened. They traded Joe Johnson.
Yeah, I mean, they're always one-offs.
Yeah.
But, you know, the bottom line is your Knicks are getting better the right way, not the wrong way. You feel me? They're getting better by developing their players and adding young pieces. That's how you get better. Obviously, if you see what's going on with Memphis, if you see what's going on with Golden State, if you see what's going on with these Miami, develop young players, bring in some vets. Phoenix Suns, develop young players, bring in some vets, have a go at it. That's all. That is the formula to build a winning team.
Even Cleveland.
Develop your players, bring in your young vets, have at it. Now you have a good. Mostly these teams, they all have a good balance of vets that aren't veterans that have been here forever. Vets considered like 26, 27, 28. And then you have rookies who are like 22, 23. So you got a fairly young team going out there and learning how to play together and then developing something. You see Memphis got the chemistry down pat. You see the Charlotte Hornets got the chemistry down pat. You see even the Raptors, chemistry down pat. Golden State, chemistry. And that's another thing too. Cam has to come over and learn chemistry. People have to. When I say chemistry too, people I forget. You know, the Lakers are still over in the West. We talk about chemistry. It's the next best thing to having all-stars on your team.
Right.
Once you have those two things, you're on the way. But right now, there's a lot of teams with no chemistry. Period.
So my last point before I let you go, you mentioned All-Star. So if the All-Star voting ended today, do you know who would be starting in the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference?
In the West, it's going to be...
Don't look it up. Don't look it up.
I'm looking right at you, big bro.
Okay.
The West is going to be Steph,
Mm-hmm.
Ja, LeBron,
Okay. Two more.
Joker.
One more. Remember, this is the voting, so it's like, all right, you get voted in, but that's you're gonna be a starter. So
Yeah. This is starting five. Wow. The West.
it's one name you probably not gonna guess.
The West.
Yeah,
Give it to me.
Andrew Wiggins.
Mm-mm.
I mean,
Or who would
got
I
the
put?
votes?
Yeah, who would I put there before him? He got the votes, so I ain't got nothing to say. I can't say crap about it. And if obviously people was talking about it too.
Paul
Well,
George is hurt. AD is hurt.
There you go.
Draymond is
There you
number 6.
There you go.
Carmelo is number 7.
There you go.
Towns number 8.
There you go.
Gobert 9.
I think
And DeAndre 8 and 10.
I think Towns gets a nod before Wiggins. Well, Wiggins is obviously on the 30 and 10 team, so I get it. All right, well, East.
Should be easy.
Giannis, Embiid, Trey.
Three out of 5 so far. Oh my God!
Jimmy Butler, Kevin Durant.
How you missed the main guy? You're wearing the hat.
I'm effing with you, Kevin
All
Durant.
right. You got KD, Giannis, Embiid, Trey Young. You're missing one more, a guard.
Shooting guard,
Yeah.
Jimmy.
No.
Who's shooting guard that's going crazy?
He's on a team that you're afraid of.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. DeMar DeRozan. Oh,
Killing.
Hey, man. No.
DeMar doing some work. He's doing some work.
No. I don't want to see them in a 7-game series.
No. Well,
I don't.
Well, listen, they just played
don't.
Brooklyn in Chicago, and
Got that work. Well,
Brooklyn put that work in.
Well, okay. Was Chicago full strength? I didn't see the whole game.
Chicago was missing Caruso and the Derrick Jones.
He got
hurt.
injured, right?
He got hurt.
Injured. But yeah, I want to see them full strength. Scary, but I want to see them full strength because you got Kyrie, KD, James, and then Patty in the corner.
And they were missing Aldridge.
I mean, the Nets are going to have problems when they meet up with Joel, Vucevic, and Giannis. They're going to have huge problems, and I don't know if they have anybody to solve it. I don't think they have enough scoring power because you just can't outscore a team in the playoffs. You have to stop them sometime. You have to, and that's the only thing that I'm scared of. The bigs in the East, and of course the Bulls with ZL Smooth and DeMar. I'm scared of both of them together on the floor with Vucevic. Now you have three guys that can score when they want, 3 guys that can easily shoot the 3 when they want. When the clock goes down to 5, they can get their own shot. I mean, obviously Vucevic has to be closer to the paint because he's a big man, but he can shoot the 3. So they scare me. The Nets have to get bigger between now and the playoffs, and obviously they're going to try and play Kevin Durant at the 5 or the 4. We'll see how that works. But Giannis defending him the whole game, I like some of that, please. Joel Embiid being defended by Kevin Durant the whole game, I'd like some of that, please. I'd like some of that.
ZL Smooth, Zach LaVine.
Zach LaVine is so smooth. Yo, sidebar. Hey yo, Devin Booker, you on one, yo, Devin.
Oh, with the Raptor?
Come on, bro.
That was funny though.
Come on, bro.
Ain't gonna lie.
Come
that was
on,
funny
bro.
Though.
Come on, bro.
I thought he was fucking around. I didn't think he was serious about the Raptor though.
You see, he got his Abby now. He got the Raptor sitting in the corner. Come on, bro. we need mascots, bro. Come on, man. The mascots make the game so much more fun. Come on,
there ain't nobody in the crowd in Toronto, so the Raptor want to be like this behind the backboard and go ahead.
One
one dude in the crowd.
Devin said, "Hey, wait a minute. Hey, right there. No. We can't have that. We can't. And what's his name? The forward on the Suns with the braids. I forget his name.
Crowder.
Journeyman Crowder. Crowder's looking at him like, what? Crowder's looking around like, what are you talking about?
Bro, Dev said, yo, him. And the Raptor went all the way behind the bench like, damn. Mad sad. That was crazy.
But we need, man, listen, there's nothing funnier than Benny the Bull.
Mm-hmm. Rocky in Denver.
A lot of these teams, unfortunately, don't have mascots, which is crazy. The Knicks don't have a mascot.
Your team had a mascot, which was terrible.
Bro, it's like, the mascot's supposed to add to it. Benny the Bull adds to Chicago. Like, he is funny. He brings kids to, he gives the attention to the kids and makes it a family affair. I don't even know if Phoenix still has the gorilla.
They do. Yes, they do. Yes.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? They still the gorilla in Phoenix. But they need mascots. That's what made even All-Star crazy. All-Star weekend. All the mascots.
You got the.
You got Orlando's dude, the Stay Puft from Orlando. The dinosaur.
The Hornet Buzz. I think his name is Buzz, the Hornet guy.
And then you have Atlanta has a Hawk. So I think the Hawk does work too. The Atlanta Hawk does work. Yeah. So but Devin, come on, bro. Come on. And before we go, listen. I want to give a prayer to Russell Westbrook. I want to seriously. I just want to just have us seriously pray for Russell Westbrook because everybody goes through a slump. Mm-hmm. He's shooting 26% from the field. Let me say that again because it sounds crazy.
It does.
He's shooting 26% from the field. I'm not even talking about his three-point shots. I'm talking about his shooting percentage.
And this is a former MVP, scoring champion, all-star, all that. 26% from the field.
It's whatever Monstar that jumped into Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
Left him and jumped into Russell Westbrook.
I don't know, man. I just think he's. I just think he's thinking too much out there, and he just.
It's not even thinking. He can. So I don't believe they're in this locker room not having conversations. Like, bro, there are two things to solve his problem very easily, and I don't know if these LeBron, Melo, and these guys are having conversations with him, bro. Slow down in the fast break. Stop jumping up in the air to pass, and stop shooting that bank shot from the side, please.
No, he ain't Tim Duncan. I'll tell you that much. He ain't Tim Duncan.
Stop shoot. You make one. Whoop-de-doo. You don't.
And listen, real quick. Maybe that's the pressure of. Listen, if I had to play with LeBron, in my head, I already know, like, playing with LeBron is not, it's not gonna be like we're playing for a playoff spot. This ain't it. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing with LeBron, trying to get to a championship. I'm trying to get my first ring. So LeBron sees X, Y, and Z going wrong. I might be out of here. So LeBron, the GM, is going to be like, listen, I can't take Russ. I can't take this guy. When LeBron was on Cleveland, in one trade deadline, bro, I seen 7 Cavaliers, D-Wade, Deron Williams, a whole bunch of other guys were gone at the trade deadline. I don't think they'll trade Russ, but I think for him, overthinking. Needs to calm down, chill, relax, get your shot when you can. And then now the not having AD there, it's like, all right, if LeBron is not on, bro, you up next.
Here's what's funny. If the Lakers was really about that life, they would put LeBron at the 5 and say, let's just have at it. If they're really about that life, let's be clear, ladies and gentlemen, he would have the advantage every single night in the playoffs if he just played the 5. Right. But they're not going to do that. So let's move to plan B. You can keep Russell Westbrook. He's going to cause you to lose some games. He turns the ball over too many times at wrong times. All the time. And it doesn't seem like he's getting better. And it seems as if he has this attitude like it's okay to miss. It's not okay to miss. It's not okay. And then I mentioned just now. I mentioned the fact that you're turning the ball over in there. I mentioned the fact that your shot selection sucks. Not to mention your decision making. The last game I just saw, some of the clips, you're up with 10 seconds left. 10 seconds on the shot clock left. You're up, minute left. Lakers. You've been up. You would think you were up like 10. The lead keeps chipping away. I think you're up 6 at this point.
Yeah. Sacramento, right? Sacramento?
The Lakers are up still.
Yeah.
The Sacramento's coming back. And Russell shoots a 3. He doesn't drive to the hole, try to get a foul. Shoots a 3. I'm like,
and I think LeBron just made a 3 prior to that. I think I know the play you're talking about.
The play before, someone hit a 3.
Yeah.
The play before for the Lakers. So I'm just like, all right, but I've seen that before. Was just like one guy hit a 3, whether it be Monk, somebody that hit Russell full speed, jump in the paint, turnover. I'm like, what? Why aren't you clearing out Westbrook didn't play like this in Houston. What's changed?
Washington.
What's changed?
He's playing with LeBron. The pressure, baby. The pressure's on.
LeBron is supposed to make your game easier. LeBron makes people's games easier. That's why people get paid when they play with LeBron. How many people did he get paid? How many people did LeBron get paid? Let's go down the list, shall we? Kyle Korver, Tristan Thompson, Kevin Love. He got these people paid for the city. And you mean to tell me, Russ, you played in some finals. You played on the USA team. I don't want to say it's pressure. I don't want to say it's pressure. I honestly think it's just it's you got the ips, and you have only a couple of weeks to shake it off before the playoffs come. I think he'll figure it out. I'm giving Russell the benefit of the doubt. I think he'll figure it out.
No, he got no choice. He got no choice.
No. I think. Listen. No, how many years?
What, they're gonna trade him? They're gonna trade him.
How many years has Russell been in the league? What you see is what you get, man. What you see is what you get, man. He's been in the
14 league. He's been wow.
What you see is what you get. There's nothing. Look, you see Chris Paul?
Yep.
What you see is what you get.
Yeah.
You're consistent. You got a guy who's consistently great, and a guy who's consistently great with turnovers and bad decisions and bad shot selection. And a triple-double is not going to wipe away a loss by 3 because you shoot a bad shot or you turn the ball over with your foot. It's not going to matter.
Right.
A triple-double is not going to matter.
Well, we'll see what happens. You know, trade deadline coming up. Hopefully, Lakers fans are going to want to trade Westbrook or
trade
not.
Russell, man. You better get some bigs. Get Miles Turner in there. Get some bigs. You're gonna need some help. You're going to need to try to out-rebound the rest of the West because Suns, Warriors, and Grizzlies?
Yeah.
No.
And I do on the next show I do want to talk more about Memphis and John Moran. He's having a fucking great year right now. Memphis shocking everybody. They won like 10, 11 in a row, some shit like that. So I do want to talk more about them next time.
No doubt, we do it.
As always, Denny Blanco at Sir Denny Blanco on both Instagram and Twitter. Follow me on both IG and Twitter at Randy J Cruz, RENDY, the letter J CRUZ. Find the podcast on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube.com/Cruise Control Podcast. Also on ballislife.com. Denny Blanco, my man, thank you and I appreciate it.
Ball is life.
We out.